Good morning. Good morning, and to everyone that is joining me here on the Ancient Oaks Managers Live update for Friday, December 30th, 2022. Just once again, welcome everybody. Uh, People are just now coming in, so I'll just kind of wait couple seconds here to before I get into stuff. But we have a beautiful day here, and here in sunny South Central Florida. 75 degrees out already at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we've had some beautiful weather the last few days. We did have that pretty good cooling off period over the last weekend. And Saturday and Sunday, it was pretty cool. And, you know, we had in the news they were saying watch out for falling iguanas. I guess I on the iguana channels quite a bit, and there's a few people that reported that there were some iguanas in trees. Not too many falling out of the trees, but there were some on the ground and all that. Once it gets below 40 degrees, they can't move very well. But for most of us here, we did not get below anywhere near close to freezing, so we're good that way. And I'll bring up the comments. There we go. And the what happened? Okay, got my camera shifted a little bit when I turned on the comments, so get it back lined up. The iguanas are getting smarter, and they're moving a little bit further north. And when the smart ones get cold, and it kind of does a little bit of a, I guess, training for them, they know to go underground when it gets cold and stay warm. So as long as they get a little bit of warmth during the day, not going to affect them too much. But anyway, we had our 4 days or 5 days of winter. Now we're back into our good weather. So I will remind everybody, if you're only coming in on Facebook, to make sure that the Ancient Oaks Facebook page, that you do turn on notifications for it, that you want to be notified. There's a menu there somewhere that will notify that Ancient Oaks is live. And also encourage you to subscribe to the Ancient Oaks YouTube channel and like the page, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also click their bell and to be notified anytime that something goes on. Okay, Gene 47 is out in Colorado, and it's 19 degrees. Yep, I hear that a lot of the country's still pretty cold. Like I said, we're at 75 degrees and doing good. So quite a few people have joined. So welcome to this Friday morning. There are many of you are coming in live, and there's quite a few that don't catch it live and catch a replay of it. So I'll say hello to you folks too. And remember that once when I'm not live anymore today, the comments don't, not easy to see the comments to the Ancient Oaks Facebook page. That metaverse that they're doing just kind of is a lot more difficult than it used to be. So once again, either call the office, or I've tried to get out to everybody my actual text number. So if there's something that you need answered or have a question on, call the office, text me, but don't rely on the comment sections on social media to get the message through very well. So, all right. Well, let's see. We got a lot of people saying good morning. Good morning, Fred. And good morning. Oh, Happy New Year to you too, Ernie, and Happy New Year to everybody. And we have Janice. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Sig. Renee, good morning to you. I already mentioned Jean is out in Colorado. Good morning to Lisa. Good morning to Jean Goodyear. Okay, Jean, good morning. Good morning also to Wayne Cook. We have Cheryl and Frank. good morning. Pat, good morning, and wishing everybody a happy new year. And we have Sandy. Good morning to you. Thomas, good morning. And Sandy, good morning. And one more show here. Mary Claire. Good day. Good day to you too. Okay. Go back to there we go. All right. I'll get with the activities. Start with the activities that we have coming up. Let's see. The next activity is the New Year's Eve party. And DJ Harry will be here. Appetizer and water will be provided. Bring your own beverage. Bring your quarters. We'll have games and some drawing for prizes. Ancient Oaks Clubhouse tomorrow night, December 31st, New Year's Eve, 8 to 12:30. And residents, owners, renters, and registered guests of Ancient Oaks are welcome. Tickets are $10 per person. Tickets will also be used as the entry for the door prize. Their ticket sales are over, but DD has a you can get a hold of DD. Let me finish. Put her. I had her number in here last week. There it is. That's DD's number, and I got a note from her that if you're unable to make it to the ticket sales, no worries. We'll be selling at the door, but we'd really like to try to get a head count. So if you can contact me to reserve a ticket, that'd be great. You can that's just a comment and post, but that's on the Ancient Oaks SAC committee page. Send her a private message, and you call or text, so you can get hold of her through Facebook, and then I'll also call or text her at 502-500-8613 to reserve her tickets. And Dee Dee, Kathy, and I will be there. All right. So we got that. And okay, let's go back to make sure I don't miss any comments. And good morning, Judy. All right. Next event coming up, and this isn't exclusive. If you get the Acorn, let's see, copy the Acorn, or there's an online version. It's on the Facebook page and the website, and so you should be able to save some paper, save some cost, and look at it online. They're in the back. We have the activity schedule. Let's see how many pages. There's a calendar. I'll finish here. We'll finish with these, and I'll show you this after that. So I go full screen with it. So we have the Ladies Golf League for ladies, Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023, and continue to March 28th, 2023. There we go. Indywood Golf Club, tee time 11 o'clock a.m. Carpool to the golf course from the Ancient Oaks here, I assume. And so I usually assume that they meet at the clubhouse and then carpool from there. And then there's $22, including cart, but not the lunch. So you have to bring extra money for the lunch. Informational meeting. Oh, that went by this week. As far as informational meeting, but that's about the golf league starting. So there is that. Keep that in here. Okay. We have the next event. Oh, a couple other people say good morning. Good morning. And all right. Yeah, and Barb has one here. This is, in fact, this is the one that I'm talking about, Barb. This is the ladies at the park are invited to attend the ladies' garden party Thursday, January 5th at 3 p.m. And a head count is needed, she's asking for. I don't know how unless you got a sign up sheet down there. I don't know with Barb as far as how they're going to get that information to you. So maybe look up Barb on Facebook. Most of you will have Facebook, I assume. And I guess if not, Barb can maybe we can have a sheet at the office that you can come get. All right. Oh, here we go. Sign up sheet is in the clubhouse. Thank you. Okay, good enough. Sign up sheet at the clubhouse for the ladies' garden party, January 5th at 3 p.m. Their meetings are every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Okay. And next one, Ancient Oaks Fashion Show. And this is Monday, January 9th, 2023. 11 o'clock to 12:30, 1 to 2:30. Show includes a croissant sandwich, chips, cookie, refreshment for just $5. Gluten-free option will be available for requested when purchasing a ticket. And tickets will be on what they want to sell yesterday, but also next Thursday, January 5th, at the clubhouse. Ticket sales are usually Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 12 in the clubhouse. So if there's ever time you're in question on that, that's what you got to do. Okay. Oh, I didn't move to that one when I said about the fashion show. That's the fashion show. Once again, if you look on the Ancient Oaks Social Committee Facebook page, I believe I've also copied all these over to the main Ancient Oaks Facebook page. And just remember, some pages might say Ancient Oaks on them, but they are not part of the association. There are several pages, and especially, leave it there. Okay. Then, 11th is our annual meeting. The chairman the board, somebody from the board actually opens it up at 10 o'clock, appoints a chairman for the rest of the meeting, and then adjourns for counting the ballots. And the ballots are counted. We aren't actually having an election this year. Usually it's for an election. Only 2 people applied for the 2 spots, so they're automatically appointed to the board that by that method. And so there was actually no let's see, there is no election, but we do have that ballot, and we will start the counting. We'll at some point we will stop collecting the ballots, but the ballots really, because of what it is, that they can be, we will want everybody to have a chance to vote. And I'll check with the lawyer to make sure that if we don't have a sufficient amount, if we have a fair amount of ballots left out that haven't come in, we may seal up what count we have, unless there's a definite, we can see that there's more than 344 yes votes or 344 no votes. That is the threshold of the 50%. And so if there's still ballots outstanding, I'll check with the lawyer to see if we could seal up what we have and allow all the ballots to still come in. But I will check with the lawyer on that if we can keep the ballot open till the actual next board meeting where the board can take action on the ballot. Okay. But I will check with the lawyer to make sure, that we can do that. And we got this next last one here is Elton John tribute concert. Saturday, January 28th at 6:30 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are only $15. Save $1 because at the door they'll be $16. Ticket sales on January 7th and the 14th and the 19th. Let's see, 7th and 14th during breakfast. Okay, those are Saturdays, I assume, and then the 19th during the lunch. Let me check what that 7th, 14th, okay, 19th, yep, Saturdays, and the 19th is the Thursday. The concert will be the 28th, which is a Saturday night, at 6:30, 8:30. Let's see. Well, here it is. Let's stroll down the yellow brick road with Elton John tribute, playing some of the amazing hits like Benny and the Jets, Rocket Man, Tiny Dancer, Candle to Wind, and much more. Uh, Tickets go on sale January 4th, 7th, and 4th during breakfast, and January 19th during lunch. $15 pre-sale and $16 at the door. Don't miss the fun. All right. That is those announcements. Shuffle my paperwork a little bit. And okay, we'll take that off of there. Leave that is Dee Dee's number. I'll leave it on there for a little bit, and I will remove this. Okay. Well, that's the events. Like I said, I was going to mention on the Acorn. We have the Acorn that is available at the office or online. In the back, Ian and Terry are doing a really good job with this. We have the calendar in like a desk calendar, wall calendar style, and then have it in the list format. And a lot of that stuff is what's going on. Yeah, the calendar, covering events. Then there's what we call the daily activities. That is also posted in the clubhouse. That is stuff that we might not announce, but is going on every day. And the events are not every day, but anyway, throughout the week, regularly scheduled events, which usually happen every single, either one day a week or every day or whatever frequency there is. But we don't make announcements on them because they're posted on the wall in the clubhouse, and people can avail yourself of them. All right, that I believe it goes for the announcements on that. Events. Once again, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. That way you get announcements that way or notifications. Turn on the notifications. In the menu. There's usually 3 dots in the menu, and for the Facebook, also turn on the notifications from Facebook when we go live, so that you're available. You can get this message. I know a lot of people tell me that they catch this later on, watch the replay because 10 o'clock's not good for them, so they do that. All right, and the other thing that I was going to mention that we have many people returning. And it's good to see everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. Glad that people are healthy enough and be able to get back down here and see our park. But with that does mean that maybe a reminder on the parking. I'll bring up. Let's add this to the stream. I'll bring up this, and this is I've had to remind a few people of this. And I will go ahead and read it about the parking in the park. Motor vehicles, boats, and parking. Cars and trucks are not to be parked on the grass or on the streets or any road right of way or the other common areas of common elements, except in areas specifically designated for such purpose. The personal automobiles of the unit are to be, I'll move this over a little bit, of the unit owners, lessees, their guests, invitees, shall be parked on each lot of each unit so as not to protrude out in the street. Make sure your car or vehicle is off the street so that there's no chance of being run into. If there is not room on the residence lot for a resident or his guest or any other occupant of the recreational vehicle to properly park the car, it is the resident's responsibility to arrange legal parking for guests only within the condominium premises with a permit obtained from the condominium association office, or locate an alternative parking outside of the condominium premises. And that basically boils down. You have to park on your own lot, If you don't have enough parking there to not park on the grass or in the street, you can get a pass. We have 6 parking spots down at the marina that can be used, and just a couple other spots with the permission from the association office. Do not park in the bathroom parking lots, in the marina parking lot without permission, or in the clubhouse parking lot. Do not leave your vehicle there. That is the rules of the park, and we want those to be taken care of, because we just can't allow people to park willy-nilly everywhere. I know it's a little bit of a pain, but unfortunately, that is the situation. All right, that's enough of that. Okay, I need to make sure I hit the right button, remove that, put me back on here. All right, in my dial my calls yesterday, I said I would go over. There's some people, and I had gotten word that on the ballot, this is what the ballot is for, to accept the changes to our declaration. And this is the copy of the declaration. In with your ballot, you also had a copy of the changes that would be made. And the stuff that was underlined here, the underline means it was be added to our declaration. If it had a strike through, it was going to be deleted. And basically, the first in the sections 5.4 and 5.8 is, and somebody said, "Oh, this is all legal wording," like a lawyer. Well, unfortunately, declarations and governing documents have to be written that way, because the lawyers are the ones that write it. Lawyers are the ones that interpret it. And if anything happens and goes before arbitrator or judge or anything like that, it has to be written in their language they understand. So, yeah, it is a pain for us to understand it. But basically, 5.4 and 5.8 deal with the fact of when, on the mortgage side of it, protecting the park from losses from when things happen. That's why we encourage people to get that. What they call it a ladybird document down here. I did it for my house. That you take care of your estate. It's very inexpensive, so that if something happens to you, that it does not have to go through probate for your children or executor of your estate to get the estate taken care of. Otherwise, it's a probate, a couple of years. If and when it sells, if it's behind, the park loses the good amount of the maintenance fees, because they're only like 1%. But anyway, this is language to protect the park on that and get that up with the current laws on that, the 5.4 to 5.8. And then a section about the children, we also clarified that a little bit where it says, let's see, section 5, I think, what section is that? I think that's still 5.8 and about the children. The big one is on section 9. In 1988, the Fair Housing Act came along, and at that time, whoever was in the control of whatever, between the lawyers and all that, unfortunately for us, they deleted an entire section of the original declaration, which controlled how people coming into the park, or vetting people, and how that they could come in, and they replaced it with the Fair Housing Act, which did nothing. We have to abide by the Fair Housing Act, no discrimination, and all that kind of stuff. But we want to put back in language of the leasing of the sale and leasing of the units and approval of new residents. And basically, that's what all that section is for, and that's to protect the park for the people coming in. We are a very attractive park to residents in the community and from people out of state, because there's only a couple other parks that maybe have as low, this was on social media. I don't want to attract too many of the wrong people. That we have very, uh, it could say inexpensive rates or maintenance. It's not expensive to live here. And unfortunately, there have been people that have come in that don't have the financial stability to keep their place up. And this is what this is helping to do, as far as make sure that they can afford if they buy their unit, they can keep it maintained and keep it looking good and repair anything that goes wrong, and also buy their insurance. That's what a large part of it is. And there was one question, and this is all about the occupancy, renting it out, as far as renters coming in. We want to kind of not have a big churn. Don't want to turn it into a campground. There's people coming in every week, signing in, signing out, because they're going to be here for a week. Your guests need to sign in, but your guests don't have to be vetted like if somebody's leasing or renting. It's like a totally different ballgame. Your personal guests can stay. They got to come in and register. We get a little bit of information, and they're here. And there's no other than if they stay past 30 days, there is a little bit of stuff in one, especially if they stay 30 days without without the owner being president, then they do change over to being a leasee rather. And it says leasee renter is pretty much interchangeable, because most of your renters, you do have a written agreement. That rent agreement in legal terms is considered a lease. So that on one that I was notified that people were worried about, and that was 9M, lease term and frequency. And it said the minimum permitted lease term is 2 months, and the unit owner should not lease, rent out, host for a fee, or otherwise allow use for a unit, a fee, or portions of a unit for a fee, whether or not the owner is in occupancy, through, and this is the Airbnb, HomeAway, VRBO, or any other short-term rental, vacation rental agreement, unless the lease complies with the declaration, including the lease term requirements. Prior written association approval is obtained for all leases, rentals, and occupants. Your family can come stay for whatever amount of time that you want them to. Your guest, just everything has to be within reason. But this is not saying that your family has to stay for 2 weeks or 2 months. Not at all. That's only for leasing. And if there is I'll answer that in a second, Barb. This is in any of these, once again, let's say, because I just had somebody come in this morning and say they're wanted to lease it for 2 months or whatever, but I guess property had already been out, so they're going to be for a month, go away, and then come back for a month. With this in place, there will be always those times when you can come and get association approval for something that, emergency or whatever on this, as long as you have association approval. It's just to stop. Once again, we're a gated community. We're trying to keep it that way. It makes everybody feel safer. And by not constantly letting other people in and out, and that what we call a churn, it just will help the park be that. And if you allow a friend of this is what Barpin, use your home, they are considered guests. Yes. And that was one. If you go back to B or C, guest occupying owner is not present. A guest residing in a unit for long, but only if they end up being there more than 30 days. They can use your home when you're not there, but the only thing is if they end up being longer than 30 days, then they have to go through the approval process. So a friend or relative doesn't have to go through the approval process to stay at your place while you're not there. They can do that. But if they're going to be there for a long term, more than 30 days, then they have to go through the approval process. I hope that answers that for you, Barb. Okay. Okay. once again, if you have questions on this, please seek out myself or a board member. They've all been pretty well versed in it, and we will help you to understand this. We're hoping or planning on. We want a yes vote that so that we can protect the park. Basically, it's to protect the park and protect your investment. You have an investment here. You want to keep it safe. You want to keep others look that coming in and say, saying, "Hey, this is a safe community." If you're planning on selling, or even your renters coming in, they want to know that they're safe. That we can keep out what would be considered undesirables. So there we go. And where are we going on this? Okay. That's about it. I hope I've explained that. Read through it. Like I said, any questions, text me, call me, call or somebody at the office, or like I said, we can put you in touch with the board member. Please be considerate of the board members' times. If you're at an event and everybody's trying to have fun, don't corner them on stuff that that it's being a board member takes time, and it's all volunteers. The park cannot, the association cannot compensate them in any way. So everything they do is volunteer on their own time, and they do it for the love of the park and it needs to be done. But please be considerate of them. We need good board members and need them not to be hassled all times and be considerate. And I guess that goes for everything that we do. Try to be considerate, try to be kind. Please use appropriate language when talking to people. I probably will make a note of it. There's somebody that was doing some plumbing in here yesterday that had a very filthy mouth, and just because we didn't jump up and see that he was at the gate and wanted in, and just got really filthy mouth, and just don't want to have that. But anyway, in dealing with others, try to be kind and considerate when you're talking to them. You should not be afraid of introducing yourself and telling them your name. That just will go a long way to being, like you said, a good place to stay, and that we're all considerate. Okay. Here's a question. Let's see if we can answer it real quick. Question on B. See the top of page 3. Families defined as living together. Okay. One person or two more person who's raised single family occupancy, top of page 3. Define them as children, grandchildren, and great children can live there as long as one person is over 55. Yes, it does. I believe that it probably is accurate as far and legally. As long as say 55, one person has to be 55. There is a limit. There's two limits on that. The children have to be over 18. That is, otherwise they're a guest, and their limit is 45 days. It's 45 days for that. So over 18. And let's see, what was the one person over 50? Oh, you're limited to 6 people occupying a unit. So they have to be, however they are a family, they have to be legally defined as a family. That's still, the government hasn't changed that yet, hopefully. And nobody under the age of 18, they'd be a guest. So does that clear that up? As long as one person is over 55? That, of course, there's something about if it's a business, it's a little bit different, but they have to be family. Other than there is the live-in housekeeper, nanny, that or caregiver, but they have to comply with the 55 deal. And really, I guess the one thing we don't want to is be the other way around, that somebody is leasing the house and then, well, of course it says family, but then taking in somebody, you're the caregiver for them, because then that's basically subletting or renting, that's not gonna fly. That if you own a unit or renting a unit, and then you decide to be a caregiver for somebody else and bring them in, that goes against what the declaration is saying. If the owner needs a caregiver or renter needs a caregiver, then what does it clarify that it has to be an owner to bring a caregiver in? It does say tenant. Okay, so it can be a tenant, and as long as the tenant then brings in a caregiver, but not the other way around. It can't be somebody that is a tenant and deciding to be a caregiver and bring somebody in that way. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Are there any other questions? I hope everybody votes positive on this. As I think it's just somebody can correct me. I know this is the second time around for this. I don't know if it's the third time trying to get it passed back in. But anyway, all right. Well,
Say something about the water.
if we don't have any other questions,
Say something about the water being brown and you know it, so the girls don't get 20 calls an hour.
oh, okay. This was asked. We're having a little bit a problem with the resin filters. We thought we had the people come in and change some stuff on it, and we have really clean water. The filters are doing their job adequately, and did real great for about 2 weeks there. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if the equipment is getting old, but it reverted back to the old schedule. And our one of the settings that off. I've contacted the water people. We're going to work on it again and find out what's going on. But yes, the water did turn a little bit brown yesterday. Chris told me that once again this morning it turned brown, so we're flushing some lines out, tanks. It is safe. It's just discoloration. It is safe. Hopefully we can get it all cleared up this summer. We are going to change the media in the filter as long as it's available. That's one thing they're trying to get price on and get availability from the media. We have 2 resin filters. You can think of it like if you have a softener at your house, you got a resin filter, that small tank there. Well, we have 2 tanks that do the water for the entire park, and the cost of that is significant. But if it requires changing them out entirely, that's what will have to happen to get the good water back in. But yes, we have brown water this morning. We are working on it. We check every day for it. So that is the situation there. It is safe. The water is safe, but it just has that discoloration.
No need to call the office.
So no need to call the office. All right. Well, thank you very much. I don't see any other questions coming in. So have yourself a good weekend, a good New Year's Days. Well, Fred, I don't know if it's been. I know it was yesterday, and then today it might have gotten back, but we did have it clear. Maybe 2 days ago when we had it, but we had 2 weeks where it didn't get dirty at all. But all right, I didn't put that up on here. Fred had said that water's been a little brown. Well, once again, if it gets into your line and it doesn't get moved out, it could end up being there longer. Have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy your New Year's Eve party wherever you are, and we'll catch you on the next one. Meantime, live long and prosper, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.